Welcome to Friday Night Funkin' mod review. I'm Hegemony, and today we will be wandering near a forest to get abducted by some nonce with a pendulum. I'm talking about none other than the Hypno's
Lullaby mod, let's freaking go!
Shut the fuck up, I'm trying to do an introduction here.
Okay, sorry.
As I was saying, Hypno's Lullaby is a mod based on creepypastas, Hypno's Lullaby and Lost Silver. The story follows the death of boyfriend and girlfriend, starting with girlfriend looking for boyfriend when she encounters Hypno, who tries to hypnotize her and take her into the forest. What follows are two creepy but somewhat banging songs with a gimmick that definitely is not impossible, and then it goes into the battle with Gold, which isn't so bad until you turn on Hell mode, and then you'll be the one saying, "I'm mad." Let's jump into it. Run the disclaimer. Everything I said in this review is subjective and my opinion. You have no obligation to agree or disagree, and I encourage you to make your own opinions. These are simply my thoughts. If there's anything I missed or you want me to talk about, leave a comment. This review is going to be split into multiple parts. Art/animation, music, theme, charting, and overall, all rated from 0 to 5. This way, I can break down mods into parts and speak on them individually. Quick reminder that I am by no means an expert in any of these fields, but I'll do my best to speak upon them.
The art in this mod is absolutely stunning. The harsh lighting, shadows, and colour difference really make the mod captivating and sets the mood almost immediately. Bright colours themselves are sparingly used, making them stand out so much more, underneath the stretched skin in Hypno's neck, and the pendulum having a stark bright red, showing the unholy and demon-like nature to him. On the complete opposite side, he's also drowned in dark, harsh shadows and it shows his evilness. Compared to Girlfriend, who's standing in the bright streetlight, the only sense of safety apart from her own wit. Gold's battle is amazing, a first-person battle against only him. No backgrounds, no detail, just this undead creature screaming itself out right in front of your face. Gives the sense of you being trapped with nowhere to run. The only thing you can do is fight or die. Missing No's battle is a great callback to the original Pokemons. Being in that 16-bit format, it reminds people of the old cursed vibe that people associate with creepypastas so much. The whole cursed old game that someone's left out for ages and someone plays them and they get cursed and their butthole sets on fire, yada yada yada. The animation itself is some of the best I've ever seen from a Friday Night Funkin' mod. Bandbuds absolutely blew it out of the water with the smoothness he made of the animations. They're so over the top and exaggerated, showing the uncanny horror vibes of all the monsters you encounter on your journey, and further presents the sense of danger in knowing how much these creatures can stretch and contort their inhuman bodies.
When I first saw Hypno's stupid freaking face, I was screaming in both excitement and in fear. As a wee youngster, I've always been afraid of Hypno. His humanoid body, tapered nose, and smirking eyes always creep me out. Seeing how Bandbuds drew his body for this mod, having him grown in size with wrinkles and even muscles, make him look even more human, and in turn, more freaky looking. Especially that shadow over his eyes thanks to the eyebrows. And that second phase form is so cool! He's being torn apart by his own psychic power and it looks fabulous. And GF looks adorable in her drip, reminding me a lot of a Pokemon trainer with a cute beanie and silly looking poses. It has been confirmed that the reasoning behind her drunk looking movements is because she's an idiot, like me. But I also like to think that she's been sitting on her stereo for too long and forgot how to stand properly. Gold looks just as snazzy as when I first saw him in the original creepypasta. He translated amazingly into the FNF style with all that goopiness in his eyes and muscles showing cause, you know, missing limbs. The way his body contorts with his movements is both mesmerizing and horrifying to look at, especially during his down animation when he's split in half, and his up animation when he unhinges his jaw and exposes all that muscly shiz inside him. Friggin' amazing. And Celebi looks just as beautiful as its trainer. Well, as beautiful as a faded, rotting, shiny Celebi can be. And one more thing about Gold. You wanna know why the background is pitch black? At the end of the creepypasta, you realize that Gold has been dead for years and that little 4x4 block he was trapped in towards the beginning of the story is his tomb. BF is rapping against Gold in his own tomb. I love the attention to detail in this gosh darn mod. And finally, missing No. The way it downloads into the scene from bottom to top is such a cool detail. It really gets you pumped up for the fight ahead. The amount of detail in every single pixel is astounding. It looks exactly like the original sprite, which is freaking snazzy. And the way that the top of the sprite is a little wider than the bottom makes it look like a looming tower over itty bitty pixel boyfriend. And each of his directional animations references his many different variations that stories have portrayed him as. Aerodactyl skeleton for up, his red and yellow version for down, right being the ghost, and left being the Kabutops fossil form. The level of detail for each sprite in every battle makes me beyond happy to see. Just goes to show how much love has been put into this mod.
Art is getting slapped with a quick 4.8. Definitely some of the best art I've seen in Friday Night Funkin'. The songs in this mod carry some serious atmosphere. It's like I'm actually in Lavender Town about to have a seizure from the soundtrack. Each song has an element in it that makes it eerie or unnerving, even when it picks up and turns into more of a bop. The uncanny feeling of the Lavender Town theme underneath the lyrics of Hypno trying to abduct girlfriend is menacing to say the least.
Night, now let us run. With Hypno, you have so much fun.
I can't tell if I'm supposed to bust a move or run for my life. I really like horror songs with lyrics to them, my favourite being either this one, Safety Lullaby, or Illusion from the Neo mod. So when I heard Safety Lullaby for the first time, I was definitely feeling the vibe. The next best part about Hypno's two songs are Girlfriend's electric sounding vocals. Considering she is the main character instead of boyfriend, it does make sense that she sounds like she swallowed the same tiny computer that Finn did in Adventure Time and cracked up the auto-tune to the max. To summarize, Safety Lullaby is a great opening to this mod because it really sets the mood with a sample of a childhood nightmare and creepy lyrics from Hypno.
The introduction to Left Unchecked with the off-key metallic sounding chimes, distorted Hypno cry, and music box instrumental cranks the nostalgic creepiness to 1,000,000%. The new voice bank for Hypno in his second phase fits his madness so well, and I'm pretty sure it comes from his Pokemon cry as well. Monochrome is my favorite song of the mod, hands down. Or lack of hands down, cause again, no limbs.
Boy, if you don't get
Safety Lullaby is great, don't get me wrong, but there is something about Monochrome that makes me want to do a little shimmy. The energetic beat compared to the mostly somber original story is a strange contrast, but a welcome one. And Gold's demonic screeches, especially are weirdly satisfying for me to listen to. The way they hit on the beats is just yummy. And Parish's song being incorporated into it is super friggin' cool. The Missing No bonus song is also pretty enjoyable, but to be honest, it doesn't really stick out to me that much compared to the other songs. It's probably because the other songs had so many memorable details and melodies that the Missing No song kind of fell flat considering it's supposed to be a secret bonus song. But the retro and bit crushed vocals are still pretty cool sounding, but overall, I prefer Thorns over it.
I think music deserves a solid 4.6. It's hard to go wrong with this. It's kind of hard to mess up the theme of a horror mod. I mean, that's assuming the mod isn't intended to be some advanced psychological horror that reaches into your frontal lobe and twists your perception of reality. Hypno's Lullaby has a great atmosphere. The surrounding trees, barbed wire fences, a singular light, and my favorite part, the abandoned Pokemon Center. There's something so unnerving about a Pokemon Center, a place where you go to heal your Pokemon and keep them from further harm, being left destroyed in an empty area. Combine this with Hypno being really creepy in general, the mod has a nice level of immersion to it.
Hegemony's right. The immersion of the creepypasta's original vibe of this once bustling happy town being turned into a decrepit, run-down horror fest radiates out of the screen. You're immediately thrown into the vibe, the sense of danger hitting you as you see the large yellow beast slowly show up on the screen and that iconic Lavender Town theme starts to play. It's amazing, and seeing it every time gives me a shiver up my spine and a big dumbass smile across my face.
This mod has the ability to have you experience the creepypasta in a whole new way. Sure, there have been games and such that replicate these stories, but a rhythm game view on it? Now that's new. With a new look on the mystery and amazing body horror elements in its visuals. Lost Silver and Hypno's Lullaby have always been my favorite creepypastas since they were made scary through real-life horrors such as death or child abduction instead of haunted game cartridges, excessive amounts of blood, and cheap jump scares. Blood isn't even used that much. Exposed and stretched muscles are more utilized in Gold's mutilated body and Hypno's second phase. And even though jump scares are used, they don't feel like they are the only thing that makes the mod scary. It is more of the intensity of the music and characters that make it a delightful, yet stressful experience.
With all this being said, I think theme deserves a strong 4.7. It is really well executed in this mod. Oh boy, here we go. The charting in this mod is fine, but it becomes a nightmare with the pendulum thrown into the mix. The first time I saw it, I was thinking, oh, it must be like 5 keys. Well, was I wrong. Not only is the pendulum quite specific, splitting my attention between the chart and the pendulum is giving me diplopia, because for the life of me, I cannot get the rhythm of hitting the spacebar perfectly just by listening to the beat. The charting flows well, but this is the one time I'm asking for no doubles due to the godforsaken laws of physics over here. One of my gripes is how the chart gets really fast towards the end of Left Unchecked. While it does sound cool, it makes playing it hell, and not in a good way considering the average difficulty of the song. Speaking of hell, let's talk about Hell Mode Monochrome. In terms of artificial difficulty, this is probably the hardest song in all of Friday Night Funkin', next to like Applecore or something stupid like that. I don't really count joke mods. But why is this song so hard? Well, the pendulum is incredibly fast, you have to learn the whole unknown alphabet and type in whatever it says when it appears on your screen. Celebi comes in to use Perish Song, which reduces your maximum health because I definitely didn't need that, and the cherry on top of the cake? Gold is scary. Looking like the aftermath of a victim in a red room, this is one monument of a challenge, and anybody who is able to complete this deserves a medal. As for missing though, well, how do I rate this then? Charting is a 4.2. The difficulty can be hard to judge due to the pendulum and other gimmicks in the songs, but regardless of if you play on pussy mode or not, the charting plays smoothly and is definitely fun for the most part.
Overall, this is a tightly made mod. It's captivating, tense-inducing, and keeps you on the edge of your seat for the entire thing. Its mechanics and gimmicks strive away from the typical death note that you need to press or you shit yourself, and really makes you keep your focus and makes you learn on the spot if you want to win. It actually feels like something to try and conquer because of how much it pulls you in. I absolutely love it.
I love this mod! Everything about it makes me do little happy stims, from the details of the art, the bumpin' music, the references to the original stories. Everything is snazzy! It has easily become one of my top favorite mods, and I hope that future horror-related FNF mods learn from this one. Thank you, Band Buds, for another outstanding and inspiring mod.
Without much else needing to be said, the Hypno's Lullaby mod is one hell of a package and deserves to be sent home with a fresh 4.7. Thanks for watching our review on Hypno's Lullaby. Initially we wanted to record and make a video on a Friday Night Funkin' iceberg, but as it turns out, the original creator of the iceberg was already making one. So instead, we decided to join their team and reviewed the Hypno's Lullaby mod instead of making a video about their iceberg. All's good though. Subscribe, like, comment, share. See you later.
Subscribe or else.